Welcome, ladies and gents, boys and girls, to the next module in the 6-month mastery. And today I want to talk to you about what I call the fundamentals and the process of never forgetting the basics, because I think there's definitely a gap to be filled when someone completes their 12-week course and they move into the mastery. I've often seen there's this little period of lull where nothing happens and maybe the momentum is lost slightly. Maybe you've overachieved your goal. So I want to remind you of the basics of what's got you onto the mastery in the first place. So we're looking at never forgetting those basics. And look, the reason you hit your goals, it was really simple. Really simple. There's a few reasons why you hit your goals and you achieved. And if you're in the mastery program, I know that you've got fantastic results from the front end from the first 12 weeks. But first of all, you recorded your macros every week and sent them to me by email. So you did your weekly macros for accountability. And that's huge because I know that fat loss is won and lost in the numbers. It's simple maths. Got to create that calorie deficit. And if you're not consistently in a calorie deficit, you won't burn body fat. But when you're sending your macros to me, I know that you're on track. We know things are working and you're going to hit your goals. Simple as that. You're also committed to the weekly group coaching call for accountability. This is huge. Although as you guys know, we're working on this one-on-one. It's a one-on-one coaching program. The group element to the coaching program is probably the most powerful part of the 12 weeks. And a lot of the people that leave the 12-week program, obviously some move on to the 6-month program that you guys are in now, but the ones that don't say, look, they really miss that weekly accountability. And so whether it's, seeing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sometimes 15 people, depending on how many people are in a group, when you see those guys week in, week out, you realize this is a nice space to be in, to be honest, to be sort of vulnerable, to share what's working, what's not working. And look, when you tell me what you're going to achieve or what you in terms of workouts, calories, protein, I know that the chances of you hitting that or doing what you said you would do, the adherence to that is so much higher. So the accountability, the group accountability calls, I'm very pleased to say it's one of the most important parts of the program. And also your motivation drive was very high. You came into the program, we had our call, you paid me a lot of money. So I would like to think that the motivation would be high. The drive was high. I want to lose 20, 30 pounds. I want to do it by this date, and your why was huge. We've all talked about whys at the beginning of the 12 weeks. And without this, it's very hard to achieve your goals. And the why is really what's going to pull you rather than you constantly pushing. Without the why, things get in the way. The weather, the time, can't be bothered, feel a bit, don't feel so great. But when you've got a massive, dirty, great reason why you want to achieve your goals, that why will help to pull you rather than you constantly working towards it. And here's the problem with achieving goals. And it sounds a bit like first world problems. Oh yeah, I achieved my goals. What next? But really, this is very, very common. And this is what we're talking about, this gap between the 12 weeks and the 6-month mastery. And very often you overachieve and then take your foot off the gas. I know that if you've got 30 pounds to lose, it's entirely possible working with me on the 12 weeks. Now, a lot of you achieve that. And probably if you're completely honest with yourself, and you probably even told me at the beginning, your expectations weren't that high. I said, yeah, I think we can lose 25, 30 pounds. And you've gone, yeah, okay, cool. But you know what? I would have been happy with 15. I would have been happy with 18 or even 20. So very often you guys achieve more than you first expected. And because of that, you take your foot off the gas. And look, I'm not blaming you. It's just an observation of working with hundreds and hundreds of clients over the last 10 years. It's human nature to, especially when you overachieve, you certainly hit that goal and then some, is to think, okay, you know what, I've done okay. You kind of settle, and in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, I only wanted to lose 20, or I would have been happy with 20, but I lost 30 pounds. So I can take my foot off the gas. And very often you find you put those 10 pounds back on, you're back to where you were. And if things go horribly wrong, you can end up putting all of the weight back on. And obviously a concern for some of you, which is why a lot of you are in this mastery program. But it's almost like the expectations were met and then some. You overachieved, you got further than you thought you would, further than you expected, and further than your own belief in yourself. So it's like, okay, what do I do now? And you often justify why staying where you are is okay. You settle. You're like, you know what? If I don't lose any more, it's okay. And sometimes it's almost a case of your own self-limiting beliefs coming back into play. Some of the things that maybe you ignored in the first 12 weeks, and they come seeping back in. But you know what? It isn't okay to stay where you are. It just isn't. So what we're really trying to do in this video, this module, is kind of bridge the gap. I want to bridge the gap between the 12 weeks and the mastery, and or at least get you hitting into the mastery with the ground running, because we're going to cover a lot in the next 6 months. But I don't want you to forget what got you to the end of the 12 weeks. And that's what we're really trying to bridge the gap here. So what do you need? Let's look at what you actually need to do there. Take it back to the basics. First of all, I'd like you to set a new weight loss goal for the next 12 weeks, which is the first half of our 6 months, and for 24 weeks. So 3 months and 6 month goals. New weight loss goal. Let's say you lost 25 pounds in the first 12 weeks, yet you still got 25 pounds to lose. You would think that if you lost 25 in 12, you should be able to lose another 25 in the next 12, certainly in the next 24. But unless you set those goals and really go back to basics and work towards that goal, you're not. I see often people come to the end of their 6 months virtually the same weight as they were having lost 30 pounds or 25 pounds in the first 12 weeks. And that's why I've put this module in there. I want you to get back to committing to sending your weekly macros. Okay, I want you to continue to do this. I want you to have that same drive and motivation you had in the 12 weeks. I'd like you to commit to the weekly group coaching call. So I'm going to allow you guys to come back into the GHG method, the first 12 weeks, and join one of the Monday or the Tuesday the coaching groups, just for accountability and to see that group environment. And I'd like you to do what you said you would do. Okay, pause this video right now and email me with this sentence: I will commit to sending my weekly macros and I will attend the weekly group coaching call. Okay, pause the video right now. Give you a few more seconds. Awesome, great, make sure you do that. Commit to doing that, and I'll be expecting to see your email pop up. I know you've watched this, I know that you're going to commit to doing this. And look, here's the reality. All the additional skills and tools that we're going to cover in the next 6 months, and there's going to be a lot. You're going to be pushed out your comfort zone. The great thing with that is that's where the growth happens. When you're out your comfort zone, that's when you grow. It's all irrelevant unless you stick to the fundamentals. I would hazard a guess that 99% of you that come into the mastery still want to and have some body fat to lose, and that's okay. The fitness side of this, the losing the body fat, is going to underpin the whole of the 6 months. But there's no point working on all the other skills that we're looking at, the 4 Fs, families, finances, and faith, if you're still not losing weight and achieving your goals. And the bottom line is, if you stick to the fundamentals, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. All right, guys, short and sweet module. Hope that made sense. Bridge the gap, stick to the fundamentals, and you're going to get fantastic results in the 6 months. Okay, I'll see you on the next module. Take care.